Hello, okay, so today we'll look at the power of ebooks for content marketing. Now, ebooks can be free or purchased for a fee, so you can choose to give them away or offer them for additional money for your service, as a bonus for your service, as a bribe for an email. In any case, either way, you'll win. So free ebooks are popular due to the fact that they're usually totally free and people love them. You can include the site link once or twice within the book. So if you do a good job and a reader likes what they see, they have a website to go to. And here you can offer more details or items they can utilise. So if you choose to offer your ebook, then you will wish to select a cost. That makes your readers feel that they're getting a bargain. Sometimes I see people making their ebook is worth hundreds of dollars and a really ridiculous price. So it's best to be sensible, I think, when setting the price, in my opinion. When you are actually charging for an ebook for marketing purposes, the less money you charge for it, the much better off you'll be. Like articles, ebooks must also be written in a language your target market comprehends and provide them with a shorter paragraphs and eye candy. When you apply all these pointers to marketing your ebook, you will drive more traffic and acquire more company exposure. However, you can also compile reports to include inside your ebooks. Previously, we described that reports were much shorter formats of ebooks, and they're normally written as a list building tool to obtain other items. But you could include one into your ebook because reports can bring your service exposure along with more product exposure. However, to produce effective marketing reports, here are a few tips I believe will help you to make them interesting. You wish to supply some great basic information in your reports. You would desire to jazz things up, so the report is interesting to your reader's eye. If you simply write some thoughts or truths down and leave it at that, then the reader might easily get bored. And if they do not go through your report, then they will not see your site links. So make certain to change things up a little bit, as much as possible to keep their attention when they're reading your report. There are some ways to jazz things up. You can italicise words, bolden words or phrases, but not too much. It's tempting sometimes. You have to be strict, as you probably want to make it all bold, because it all sounds interesting. You could also underline sentences. And you can modify font style sizes for some expressions to make them stand apart. Also work on choosing a good font. As silly as that may sound, try to keep about 10 different fonts as a favourite. Something you can go to that work well together. So you might need to do a bit of research on that. Change colour in some phrases. So these are just some very simple ways to change things up, but they are very reliable. It separates the content they're checking out and helps them remain focused on the topic of the report. So compose reports in a conversational tone again. Conversational tone suggests that you're writing as if you were really talking to the reader one-on-one. A report is much easier to check out and more reliable as a lead generation tool if the reader can see it as a discussion they're having with you. So to much better comprehend conversational tone, let us take a look at this phrase. One cannot. Now, while some individuals do talk like this, it's not the standard when composing conversationally. You would write the phrase like, no, you can't do that. Do you know what I mean? The difference here is that the words you use makes your writing appear more like it's composed specifically to the reader. As far as the contraction, can't, it's what the majority of people would say in a normal conversation. There are not a lot of us that really talk utilising the word cannot. One cannot. Given that there are a couple of that do talk like that, but more than likely your target market wouldn't. So compose your reports like you were in fact having a discussion with the person that's reading it. Include a bit of spice. Include some additional spice to your report to make it stick out to your reader. Number of images, what I call eye candy, thrown in helps in the addition to quotes and stories or examples. Lots of examples, as long as they connect to the content that you're trying to highlight. They will keep your reader going to the end of the report. Also, people like quotes from famous people or someone that they know. And you can truly get their attention if you do that. That's if you can work one in, because it supports a thought or an argument in your report, then it's good. But if it doesn't, then you shouldn't use it. Don't just make them up just to stick them in. Then you can gain your readers' interest in addition to gaining their trust and respect. So stories and examples are powerful. They are very powerful. There's no better method to grab someone's attention than telling them a story. People love stories. And toss one into your report so you can utilise them as examples to assist, explain, and the message you're delivering. If you're including a report in your ebook, then dedicate each section of the report to a topic that supports the main point of the ebook. This leads the reader into a report that will help them comprehend the concept that you're presenting, like as an example, for instance. If they didn't understand or get the facts you initially told them, then they can now feel a little bit more positive that they're about to see an example that will help them comprehend. So this is a great way to mix and match and repurpose content, so you can use good content over and over when you know it's good content. You can also repurpose content to make short articles. The short articles that you release on your site will help show you off and show off your service. For that reason, you want to present your visitors with the best possible content. So, as this implies that you ought to modify your articles prior to placing them on your site, examine your content to make certain you have actually used some of the most important aspects of the short article's topic, and get rid of anything that doesn't serve any purpose in the short article. Make sure that you're checking the article for spelling and standard grammatical errors. Nothing worse than a grammatical error putting people off. Supply a range of niche topics to give your readers so they will not get bored. They will also keep them coming back, keep visitors coming back to your website for more information. The fresher you can keep your material for your prospects, the more likely you are to acquire a sale from them. So finally, we move on to blog sites. Blog sites are where you reveal your human side. A business website is all company, but a blog site is more individual. So it's a little harder to reveal that there's an actual human behind it. That's where a blog site comes in. Your blog is where you can show the human side of your organisation. You're an individual and you're on the same level as your prospects. You want to reveal them a little personality. So produce some of your articles to show that. You still want to provide helpful posts, but mix some personal ones in to keep your prospective customers interested. So how do you do that, or can you do that? Well, you could include some amusing scenarios. Everyone has a funny bone, don't they? Eventually, in his or her lifetime, we've all had a laugh. Your target market included. Show them that you're like them by sharing something amusing that happened to you. Try to share your errors and how your readers can benefit from your errors. Because you're just as much as human as everyone else. You must have some circumstances where you've actually made errors and learnt from them. So don't be afraid to share them. Obviously, try to find some errors that you've made that relates to your specific niche website topic. If you're in the fitness field, maybe you've purchased physical fitness devices that you knew wasn't a bargain, or made you feel fall off the nutrition wagon and went on a sugar binge. It could be anything really. Just show some of your mistakes with your readers to let them understand that they're on the exact same level as you, so they don't feel frightened by you or your service. Once again, it's showing your human side. All humans have disappointment at one time or another. Inform your readers of some unfortunate times and how you learnt from it. Blogs are fantastic methods to show that you're much like your readers. This likewise helps them to see that. So you've experienced about your subject and they can construct some rapport with you, so they can feel more confident getting from you. Blogs are great to get people to sign up for newsletters as well. Newsletters may consist of some informative articles that you offer readers regularly. The articles relate to the business's site subject. You're giving them information they want while helping them remember your company. To produce an effective marketing newsletter, here are some tips to remember. Keep the post helpful. The idea of a newsletter to notify your customer, so compose high quality to construct credibility. Attain an expert status in addition to keep your organisation name in the forefront of their minds. You can likewise share updates within the newsletter so they can be more individual and fun. Keep the articles straightforward. Keep the articles brief. Newsletter short articles should be short but useful. Differ the length of your newsletter reposts. However, save the 1,000 word posts or more for your website. Newsletters ought to be quick because people are in a hurry and don't have a lot of time to review long content when it comes to their emails. The more shorter the post, the much better the chances that the post will be read. So use bulleted type lists. Since people are typical in a rush when they're examining emails, you can help them out by consisting of bullet type lists in your articles. Bullet lists the primary bottom lines of the topic, puts them in a simple to read list. For example, bullet lists are very important to your short articles. That content that could be positioned within one of these lists are your main bottom line, the crucial actions of a subject. List out particular items that support your concept. Newsletters are a terrific method to drive traffic back to your website by appearing in your viewers' email inboxes every X number of days and letting them know that you're still around and that you have what they need. Content creation isn't too hard to do. It does take some time to get it done right. If you do not feel that you have the time to dedicate to create top quality articles, then you might consider working with a freelance writer to finish them for you. It will cost you some money for your company budget. However, when it comes down to it, it may end up helping your company get that freelance authors can create the best quality content to your requirements that you can put your name on. So that's a great deal of content in today's video. I hope it was helpful. Let me know. Feel free to drop me a line or ask questions. Again, thanks for watching. It is appreciated, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers, bye.